up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee and this is the Optimistic Network. Today we're making corn pork and ackee, aka corned pork and ackee. So growing up with corn pork, all the times whenever we kill a pig or something like that, or we buy or the neighbor kill a pig and we get some wood corn, some pork. But this was my first time doing it for myself and it turned out so good. I'm thinking of doing some more. I did not record the corning process for my YouTube, but I did it on TikTok. So the next time I'm doing it, I'll definitely make a YouTube video because this is something that needs to be there in case you need it. Because every now and then you want to try a piece of corn pork. Anyways, this video is cooking the corn pork, which I made with some ackee. So what I did was just boil off the corn pork because we have to boil off the salt. We don't want all that salt because I'm telling you over and over, we're narrowing up our blood pressure for 2022. So I boiled this 3 times to get rid of most of the salt. So the first time I boiled it for 30 minutes, then I throw that water away. Second time I boiled it for 20 minutes, throw off that water. And then the third time I boiled it for another 20 minutes and throw off the water. Keep in mind, you may need to boil yours a little more or maybe a little less depending on how much salt is in yours. So let me give you the cheat sheet. If you boil yours 3 times and you taste a little piece and it still tastes way salty, go ahead and cut it up and have some more water boiling, some fresh water boiling. Put it in a strainer, the pork that you cut up, put it in a strainer or one of them coriander. And then you sit it in the boiling water. So you're going to need to use metal instead of plastic. You sit that in the boiling water with the cut up pork in the boiling water. That way, some more salt boil out. No, I think I just told you to put it in a coriander. No, put it in a coriander. Put it in a colander. That's what I meant to say. I don't know what's wrong with me. And that was a mouthful, so I don't want to say that over. So I'm correcting. Put it in a colander. Now, this is the part where I changed the water and add the pork to fresh water. I just wanted to put that in there so you guys see that I actually boil it and strain off the water and do it again. But you know I got to tell you that if you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn your notification bells on, and get active in the comments. Now, after you taste your pork and you're satisfied with the salt content in there, go ahead and just chop it up. Cut it small like you see me doing here. You're also going to need to cut up some onion, scallion, tomato if you have that, and some hot pepper. I didn't have tomato, so I did some onion, scallion, and hot pepper. You can do that as well, but I love tomato in my corn pork and ackee. Once you're done cutting up your pork, it's time to go ahead and do the final fry up with your ackee. Another thing I want to share about this corn pork, when you're trying a little piece to test the salt content, don't just pick off the outer part that was sitting in the water. Try and cut off a piece so you can get a piece of the inner part too. Because the outer part will taste like enough salt is boiled out. But when you cut it up and you taste on the inside, it's actually salty. So here is the tip that comes again, the same thing that I told you before. After you cut it up, if it still tastes salty, put on some boiling water, get your colander, put the pork in it, and then sit the colander in the boiling water for a few minutes. Now time to fry up our pork. So put on a little pot on the stove. You don't have to add no oil. I added a little because my pork wasn't fatty. If your pork is fatty, don't add any oil because your pork is going to fry out the oil. Now add your pork to the pot. You don't even have to wait until the pot is hot. Which brings me to another tip. If after you cut up your corned pork, if you sit it in your fridge open, just in a little bowl in your fridge open for about a couple hours and let all the water evaporate out, or even overnight, all the water evaporate, it's easier to fry. Not in the sense that it's hard to fry, but in the sense that it won't splash, because the water in this pork will let it pop. So just throw a cover over it if it's popping. Otherwise, if you do it the day before or earlier in the day, a couple hours, what you can do is just put it in a little bowl and sit it in your fridge open. Don't cover it, just sit it open. All the water will evaporate and then it will be so easy to fry. You can fry it with the pot open and no popping or splashing. That is a very vital step, so don't skip it. It's vital where safety is concerned, because may I tell you, this is going to pop up on you a little, so don't put your face over the pot or anything. If you didn't sit it in the fridge, water is still in the pork. If you go straight from boiling to frying, it's going to pop. So when you're frying it, remember, put the cover over it, and even when you take the cover off to stir, be sure to keep your body and your face far from the pot. Don't put your face over it because the oil is gonna pop in your face. I'll tell you that right now to be safe. Now, after your pork is 3/4 fried the way you want to fry it, we want to bring it brown. So, little before it gets perfectly brown, add your onion, your scallion, and your hot pepper and tomato if you added that. Add it to it and stir fry that for another 2 to 5 minutes. All of this is done on high. I didn't turn on the stove, but if your pork is burning, turn on your stove. So you stir fry this for a couple minutes because we want the onion to fry. It now go make no water or anything because we have it on high. That's one of the reasons we have it on high. So you stir fry this until the onion is cooked your way, the way you like it, your preference. Now, this ackee that I'm about to use is called Double Deuces. This is my first time using this ackee. I got it at mycaribbeangrocer.com. If you check them out, use code Chef Odin to get some money off. It's free shipping over $50 plus money off. Who don't like free shipping and money off at the same time? They are a Caribbean grocery store where they sell Caribbean food. So whatever you can't get, wherever in the US you are, wherever in the world you are, if you can't get Caribbean food, check out mycaribbeangrocer.com. And I love this ackee. This is my first time using it. Look at this ackee. Look how it look like me just picked off a tree and shell it and boil it. All the pods are whole, none no mash up. Any other ackee me use, always mash up. Anyways, after I added the ackee, I added a little black pepper. After the black pepper, all you have to do is just gently stir it. You don't want to stir it too hard because you don't want to break up the ackee. As you notice, I stir to get my ackee little broken. That's why I love my ackee pads big like these, because by the time it break, it come down to the perfect size that I like. Some ackee the ackees that I've had from cans before, once you open the can, you see them already mash up. So this would have been so soggy in the pot, and look how good this look. And never mind the look good, it tasted so good. Caan, pork, and ackee, and I ate this with some banana and dumpling, and this was bussing. So good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next upload. And don't forget to check out mycaribbeangrocer.com. I love you guys. Have a great week. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you. Bye.